It looks like it's official. The boys from the Big 12 South, excluding Baylor, and we're bringing along Colorado, look to be heading to the Pac-10 now to form the first super conference in college football history. Um, Before I give my thoughts on this, I can give big props to Chip Brown of OrangeBloods.com. I listen to Chip every day here in Austin when I'm driving to school or driving to work. Um, Him and Sean Adams, they do The Bottom Line, which is a show here in Austin on the radio. After that's The Drive with Jeff Ketchum and Chad Hastings. 104.9 The Horn. If you're ever in Austin, Texas, you've got to turn that channel on. It's the best talk radio I know in the state of Texas, because I've been to Dallas, it's pretty good, but Austin I think is the best. And Chip Brown has broke the story from the start, and he has been breaking news ever since. The guy is awesome at his job. If you guys don't know, he's the one who broke the story, who was able to get the tapes of Mike Leach when he was cussing out his players and stuff. He's broken all kinds of stories, and right now he's the lead guy on this. He's on SportsCenter all the time. All this expansion stuff, all this conference realignment and stuff. I've been able to. If you haven't been in Austin, Texas, you haven't been able to hear it until SportsCenter's got a hold of it. Here in Austin, the people who listen to 104.9, we've been able to get this information about a day and a half earlier than everybody else. These guys are amazing. So give big props to those guys out. 104.9 The Horn, Chip Brown, done an awesome job. So here's the deal. The 5 teams from the Big 12 South that were offered, plus Colorado, that's Texas, Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Colorado, are heading to the Pac-10 now. And mainly because Nebraska has decided to take the off from the Big 10. Nebraska decided that would be the best deal for them to go ahead. Now, from the Texas perspective, and I'm going to give as a Texas fan and a guy here in Austin who's been hearing a lot of this stuff, Texas wanted to keep the Big 12 together, at least for the most part. That Texas was kind of really the main proponent for the Big 12 of the schools that matter, and Texas was trying to keep it together because for money. We've dominated the conference lately in football. And we have dominated the entire country in revenue made by athletics. And right now, and we were working on trying to get our own network. I know A&M and OU were threatening to leave the Big 12 if Texas got their own network, because they kind of didn't want to see the rich get richer. They didn't want to be in a conference where Texas already made the most money. Then they got to have Notre Dame status too. So I understand why they didn't want that, but that's fine. But with Nebraska leaving, Chip it was just a little bit ago on SportsCenter. While he was getting interviewed, he just got a call from someone saying that William Powers, president here at University of Texas, got the coach together and said, "Boys, we tried to keep the conference together, but it doesn't like it's going to work out." So from right now, it looks like they're going to take that bid from the Pac-10 and make a 16-team super conference. Now, the deal with Baylor, I don't know where Baylor's going to go now, because Colorado jumped the gun already, or it looks like they're going to go anyway. So I don't know if they're going to try to squeeze Baylor in, or if they're going to get lost off somewhere else. Baylor is not going to be a factor in football, and this is all about football, but Texas politics, Texas legislator, they want Baylor along with Texas. They want Baylor to follow Texas and the other Texas schools that were in the Big 12. We'll have to find that out right now, but right now it's pretty much official that the Pac-10 is now going to become the 16-pack. And I personally, from a competitive standpoint, I know that the University of Texas didn't want this to happen originally. The University of Texas wanted to keep the Big 12 together because it was a conference that they could dominate. Pretty much every season, I've said this before, almost every other season, and all you other, I don't care what you other Big 12 schools want to say. When you're, as a Texas fan, when you look at that schedule, you look at the schedule and you say, okay, Oklahoma, big game. A&M, they give us trouble, and every other year, maybe Texas Tech. Other than that, it's pretty much win-win. It's like having practice between each games. I'm dead serious. I mean, Texas won 10 games every year for, I think, maybe 6-7 years now. Texas is a juggernaut right now. So, especially in this conference. So, they wanted to keep that domination. It's not going to happen. So, now we're going to move to the Pac-10. Now, as a fan of college football, this is awesome, because you're going to get to see some of the biggest players in college football in the same conference. You've got Texas and you've got Oklahoma. Then you've got USC and you've got Oregon. Those are 4 powerhouses right now in college football in the same conference. And you're going to have, Texas and USC, I think, with our recent history, that's going to be an automatic rivalry. You've got Oregon and Oklahoma. You know the controversy that those two schools have had recently. There's rivalry there across the path. Now, the way this is going to work, you're going to have 6 teams the 6 teams that are coming in plus Arizona State in the in the Eastern Conference as a section of the conference. Then you have the other Pac-10 teams in the East, and I have a conference title game. Now with Missouri, Missouri looks like they'll probably go to the Big Ten now. Nebraska looks like they're already going to take the jump there, mostly because Notre Dame didn't take a shot, and of course I think Mizzou wants to go to the Big Ten more than Nebraska does. Mizzou was really mad about the Big 12 because here's the deal with the Big 12 and what kind of perspired to what's a lot of animosity amongst the teams. They hate Texas, and let me explain myself. But they hate Texas, and here's why. When the Big 12 started, it was originally the Big 8. They brought in the remnants of the Southwest Conference in, and there was this mindset of these northern schools helping these southern schools out. As the conference went on, everything started shifting south. The headquarters started being the state of Texas. Everything started to be geared toward how can we help, how can we make this where the Texas viewership will get bigger. And the University of Texas, of course, which is based in Texas, is the one who fueled all that. Texas, here in Austin, it's hard for me to kind of see this from the outsider perspective because I go to here. I'm a student here. I go to the games every week. I'm a part of that crowd. But when you go on the road and you see these other crowds, yeah, their fan bases are, they're energetic, they love their team or whatever, but they don't have the facilities, they don't have the seating, anything like that. You take Texas Tech, for instance. Texas Tech has rabid fans. They're crazy. I've talked about it before. Texas Tech makes no money. They make zilcho with athletics, especially with football. They lose money every year almost. They could have added seats to their stadium. They added a press box or something, whatever. So Texas Tech, though they have had a competitive team lately, they don't make any money. Texas A&M on the other side, Texas A&M now lately has had some financial problems, but they're still the second biggest school in the state, second biggest player in the state. And, with us and A&M, we kind of stay together. We hate each other. We love each other. It's kind of a back and forth kind of deal. Texas and Texas A&M are going to be together. And that was kind of the whole deal. We still want to keep Oklahoma, have that rivalry. I really wasn't aware that we had a thing going with Texas Tech. That must have been recently. So we're trying to keep them together. So as of right now, wherever Texas went, A&M and Tech, we're going to come with them. So I love this. I think it's great. I think it's going to start in 2012. And all I got to say is, USC, whenever you get off the electric chair and your games start mattering again, you may want to get back on because it's been your conference for a while. This is going to turn into, we're just making the Big 12 again, where it'll be Texas and Oklahoma deciding who wins this thing. And you guys may play in here or there. But the University of Texas right now, athletic department overall is in the golden years right now. We are competitive, competing for championships in almost every single sport. I'm not talking just football, basketball, baseball, though basketball really fell apart this year. But they were ranked number 1 at one point. You've got the swim team, won the championship last year. You got the track team, the tennis teams competing for national titles, the volleyball team. Right now, Texas is a juggernaut right now. We've surpassed everyone in revenue and academics. And so pretty much Texas dictates what happens. Everybody wants Texas because they get the viewership, they get the eyeballs, they bring the money. All the schools in the SEC, they may have, they got great athletics or great football and stuff, and win a lot of games and stuff. They can't generate the kind of revenue. They talk about the rabid fan bases in the SEC and stuff, and I don't doubt that. They still can't generate the revenue that the University of Texas can. We've got the power, we've got the money, and we've got the muscle. And right now we're flexing it. And we'll be flexing in the Pac-16 or whatever they call it coming up this year. I can't wait for it. I think it'll be fun to finally get a shake-up, get rid of some of these scrap teams from the Big 12 like Iowa State and K-State and all those teams that haven't really mattered in a long time. A case like Iowa State never did matter. Kansas is going to have to go to the wayside because they don't have a good football program. Basketball program, awesome. Basketball makes no money compared to football. If you don't have a football program, you don't matter in college athletics in these days. University of Texas got one heck of a college football program and makes a heck of a lot of money. Everybody wants this. In the University of Texas, we're about to flex that muzzle in the Pac-10 or 16-pack or whatever. So, hook 'em horns, Texas fight. And guys, let me know what you think about the situation. We'll see you guys in the Pac-10 in about 2 years now.